Hi, I'm Angela from empowercrystals.com and I make healing crystal jewellery. Today I'm going to be doing a spring reading for all you Aries out there, and that will cover March, April and May. I'm going to be using a few more packs of cards than I normally do, just to make it a little bit different. So I'm going to be using my usual Crystal Grid Oracle cards and the Crystal Power Tarot. But I'm also going to give you the Archangel and the Power Animal you should be working with for this season to achieve most of your goals. So that's that. If this is the type of video that you do like to see, please do click the like and subscribe button. And if you like any of my jewellery that I'm wearing, please do pop over to empowercrystals.com and have a browse. So the first one we have is the 10 of Pentacles. And this is linked to malachite. Beautiful stone. And this is all about fulfillment, success, security, and that's both financially and emotional security. And it predicts a stable, productive period, and that's especially to do with finances. And that can be something like a bigger home or a better job, more successful business, or better relationships. And that can be both romantic and business. Could even be marriage. And that again could be marriage as in a business, a joint venture, or as in emotional romantic marriage. It can also foretell for the receipt of money or valuable advice, so something that you will really help you, and that's quite often from an elderly person or a person that's senior to you in some way, so somebody you look up to, and it's often a family member. So this is a great start. It shows really good period this spring's going to be for all you Aries. The second card is communication, and I've chosen malachite. We've just had that. I've chosen lapis for that one, and this is all about your need to express yourself, and it sort of suggests that this success is dependent on expressing yourself. So it makes me think that you need to be careful with your communications. So for instance, I'm an Aries, and this is a good example. I'm moving house at the moment. Well, fingers crossed, right at the beginning of it. So communications, make sure I need to make sure that I am communicating properly to everyone, and also that I answer communications. So that can all be part of this. It can be a more emotive meaning to this card, but if we take it in a literal form, it can just mean communications are really important to your success during this period. So you've got to make sure you reply to any messages from, if it's something to do with work, this success and this partnership, you need to make sure that you're replying and keeping everybody in the loop. If it's relationships, you need to make sure that you're communicating and you don't have any miscommunication. So communication is going to be really important for this spring period in some way or form, whether it's romantic or business. This is also represents expressing yourself, and that can be verbally or in writing. And it can also indicate a throat chakra imbalance, and that can manifest in feeling as though you've got a frog in your throat constantly, sort of constantly having to clear your throat, even a sore throat or cough, you keep on getting colds and that sort of thing. So, or repeated throat infection. I used to get those when I was younger, very young, but it's something that some people have a weakness for. So if you feel as though you have got a lot of throat chakra symptoms, obviously we're not, this is in addition to any medical advice and treatments. This is always for spiritual support rather than any medical treatment, the crystals. But you can work with lapis, and you can hold the lapis and meditate with the lapis and hold it onto your throat area, and it can be very soothing and calming if you've got a energetic imbalance and you feel as though your throat chakra is out of balance. Another way to open up your throat chakra is by writing out what you want to say. If you feel as though you can't say what you need to say, you can write it out and then you can just burn it. So it sort of releases it, and holding a lapis to your throat while you're writing it out and then burning it afterwards can be very cathartic and help you work through whatever you feel as though you should be saying. It could even carry on to you actually speaking about what is bothering you or what you need to feel the need to express. Another way is journaling. If you can't speak about it, write a diary. It can be very therapeutic as well. So just pick what you might need out of those, because obviously this is general reading. So for each of you, this might be a little bit different, but communication looks as though it's important in some way or form. So either it's holding you back, or you need to really keep on top of communications and make sure you express yourself and keep everybody in the loop, especially for business relationships. Okay, the next one is Lightbringer, and we have a beautiful double terminated quartz for that. Now, with Lightbringer, that's often for people that are light workers. You are the carers of the world. You often work in the medical field or the healing field in some form or shape or form. And at the moment, this can cause quite a lot of imbalance, especially during this very difficult period. And you can end up by feeling as though you're giving too much, or you can feel guilty because you feel as though you're not giving enough. So this suggests candle quartz. It's quite rare candle quartz, so I've chosen a double terminated quartz for balance, and it's all about bringing light in and balancing that light. And it can bring light to a situation as well. So that can mean that if you're having questions about what you're doing, it can actually bring light and bring answers. For instance, if you're looking for your soul purpose or life path. So if you've got something, this would tie in with some sort of business venture, this card, especially if you're in the caring field. But obviously there is sort of maybe a romantic link here as well, that if you are a caregiver, then you may start bringing it home and affecting home relationships. So it's just probably a cautionary card to say that this caregiving, bringing light into people's lives, may cause a bit of imbalance. So these two are things that you need to just keep an eye out, make sure communications are all kept open at all times, and just make sure that you're striking a balance in your life with caring for other people and caring for yourself. So the next one is the Archangel you should be working with during this period, and this is Archangel Raguel. And the card is called Divine Order. Everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. And the stone that is related to this Archangel is beautiful pale blue aquamarine. So this is foretelling a win-win situation, or a possible win-win situation, which links into this successful card, the Ten of Pentacles. So you've both got two cards that are telling of some sort of successful situation and everything working out for the highest good. Now, this card is a little bit of a warning again, and this is saying that you do need blind faith. This is a situation that you can't work on. It's out of your control. With the communication key, you should be replying to emails, make sure everybody's in the loop, but don't try too hard. Don't try to push people along, because it won't work and it'll actually slow things down in the long run. So just let everybody know that you're there and you're willing to help, whether it's romantic, whether it's business relationships, whether it's a project at work, or whether you're in a situation, a legal situation like me, where you're trying to move house. Just make sure that you're doing as much as you can, but don't start to ring around and start nagging people and trying to push things along, because this card says that you can't actually improve the way things are moving. It's totally out of your control. This is what this card is saying. Obviously, use your common sense always with readings. If you feel as though this is incorrect and it doesn't resonate with you, please leave it, because this is a general reading for everyone. If you work with Archangel Raguel and you use the aquamarine stone, it can be used to improve your mood and increase your optimism. So if you're feeling a little bit negative about the situation, then it's good to call on Archangel Raguel and using the aquamarine stone to try to increase your optimism of the situation or relationship or whatever it is, so that you don't try to start pushing things and thinking things are going too slow. It will all balance out in the end. I mean, for instance, if it was a romantic relationship and you're keen to get married and you haven't been asked yet, it's not the time to be pushing that and nagging about it, because it will just actually delay the situation. If you're looking at a business partnership and it's a bit slow to get off the mark, you are really looking at just keeping that communication, keeping open, giving all the information that you can to help things carry on, but not to start nagging and phoning around and pushing people to do things quicker. It's not going to work in this situation, because they're relying on other things and other people, and you can't sit there and nag everyone. So that's the Archangel that you should be working with, and your spirit animal of the spring is Turtle. And this is stop trying to make something happen. So in actual fact, that ties really well into this divine order as well. And the turtle represents retreating, slowness and toughness. So you are looking at a situation where you can't do much about it, and you need to be back off and be patient. It's all about the turtle sticks its head inside the shell, and it says you'll know when you have to stick your head out to help the situation along, but that will be when your time of action will be, but it's not yet. You need to try to take your mind off whatever situation it is and spend your time in nature. Try to ground back into earth, because when we're worrying about a situation, we're all up in our heads. Our energy goes very high, and it's all around our throat, our top three chakras: crown, third eye and throat chakra. And we tend to start to worry and get anxiety when our energy is too high up in our body. So what you're looking for is grounding things. So it will be ideal if you work with something like smoky quartz. Is a very grounding stone, will bring you back to earth. Going out into nature, connecting to earth, bringing your energy back down. Walking, if it's warm, it's not at the moment, but walking on bare earth can be very grounding as well. Bring your energy back down to your feet. And you can also do grounding meditations using something like smoky quartz or tiger's eye is very grounding as well. And imagine your energy going right down to your feet and roots growing out of your feet into the earth, so you're really grounding yourself back down and bringing your energy back down into your bottom energy, lower parts of your energy field. So generally, that is a really good positive reading. It looks like it's going to be a good time for you. There's a few little warnings where you need to keep communication open, not to push things too hard, but just be available all the time. But this shows of success, and the divine order shows of success with a win-win situation. So it looks as though it's going to be a good outcome by the end of the spring for you. And hopefully for me, as I'm Aries as well. So hopefully I'll be all moved in by the time that I do the next readings. You never know. If you do enjoy this type of reading, or if you like all things crystals and healing, please do click the like and subscribe button below, because I do send out weekly videos all on those topics. And also, if you like any of my jewellery, please do pop over to empoweredcrystals.com and have a little browse. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.